Hi students, welcome to my channel Atom Bio 360. In today class we will discuss about sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So what is the importance of this chapter in NEET point of view? So in NEET point of view you can expect 3 to 4 questions from sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So what kind of books we need to study and what is the proper way of preparation for this chapter. So if you study any book, like if you take any private book, otherwise any institute material, if you follow blindly that material, means definitely I can say you can answer 80% questions from this chapter. But what is the proper way of the preparation? So from around 10 to 12 years in my observation, this chapter questions, like 80% questions you can answer with the help of the NCERT. So must read NCERT first. After that again practice previous questions, NEET previous questions, AIMS previous questions and JEBNER previous questions. If any possibility is there, if you can get the AFMC previous questions, that is also good quality questions. So practice all the questions. So with the help of the NCERT, you can answer around that is 80% questions you can answer with the help of the NCERT. So what about remaining 20% questions? That 20%. That 20% you can study different materials, that may be institute materials. Otherwise, like any private books, like you can study private publications. So what points you need to study? No need to study book end to end. Okay, so what is given in the book, no need to study end to end. So what points is very important in examination point of view. So that points you need to focus more. So how you can know that points? So that points you can know with the help of some support. So I will give that support with the help of these videos for remaining 20%. So I will clear your topics, that NCERT topics, and I will give some extra information also. So that extra information needed in competitive examination point of view, that is according to NEET point of view. So NCERT is important, previous NEET questions, AIMS questions and JEBNER questions also important. So I will make some videos, previous AIMS questions, previous JEBNER questions and previous NEET questions also. So which questions not covered in the NCERT, that questions I will discuss, okay, in the class. So first I will explain theoretical aspects of this chapter. So sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So reproduction is a vital process. What is the meaning of vital? Vital means very important process for all living organisms. The reproduction is very important. So reproduction is absent. Without reproduction, no species can survive on the earth. Without reproduction, the species cannot survive on the earth for the long time. So because suppose your grandparents is there, your grandparents is there. So all the progeny created because of reproduction. If reproduction is absent, means no human species on the earth surface. If reproduction is absent, there is no tiger species on the earth surface. So reproduction is very important for continuation of particular species on the earth surface. So how the organisms will multiply? So two ways already we discussed in the last chapter, that is reproduction in organisms. Clearly we studied about the sexual and asexual reproduction. By two methods the organisms will multiply. So out of two mechanisms, sexual reproduction having a greater advantage or asexual reproduction having a greater advantage, which one having a greater advantage? So see here, sexual reproduction, it having a greater advantage than compared to the asexual reproduction. Why the sexual reproduction having a greater advantage? So in lower organisms, especially in the algae or in the fungi, so the algae or fungi, they will produce as the zygote. So the zygote is covered by thick wall in the outside. So thick walled zygote is called zygospore. So that zygospore, it can withstand extreme environmental conditions. So that is the one reason. So survival rate is more in the sexual reproduction because of the formation of the zygospore in the lower organisms. What about higher organisms? So in higher organisms, like plants, if you see higher plants, so are animals, higher animals. So one process is present in the cell division. There are two types of cell divisions. One is called meiosis and another one is called mitosis. So which cell division is present in the sexually reproducing organisms? That is called meiosis. So meiosis is present in the sexually reproducing organisms. That may be animals, or that may be plants, or that may be higher organisms or lower organisms. That is not important. Which organisms following the sexual reproduction? That organisms having a meiosis. So in meiosis, what is the significance of meiosis? So the meiosis will produce as the variations in the living organisms. So variations like because of new characters, the organism can survive in the changing environmental condition. So during the evolution process, the earth temperature is not constant. It is increasing or decreasing. Like climatic conditions also not constant. So because of that, the dynamic environmental conditions is created on the earth surface. So according to the environmental conditions, the organism have to modify their habits and habitat. So the organisms like modify their habit and habitat with the help of the sexual reproduction. Like suppose some plants is present in the xeric environment, means that is desert environment. Some organisms is present in the aquatic environment. Some organisms is present in the terrestrial environment. So all the organisms not having a same morphology and same physiological process. So according to environmental conditions, the organism have to adapt. Why we cannot survive in the oceans or in the aquatic environment? What is the reason? Yes, your guess is correct. Our body is not adapted to the aquatic environment. Okay, like every organism have to adapt it to the external environmental conditions. So especially in plants, the flower adaptation is very important. So the flower have to adapt it to the external environmental conditions. According to the environmental conditions, so floral pods, flowers are inflorescence, they have to adapt. So the floral pods, flowers are inflorescence, they have to adapt it to the external environmental conditions. So adaptation, what is the significance of adaptation? This adaptation in reproductive organs like flower, floral pods or inflorescence, this adaptation is important for the formation of the seeds or formation of the fruits. So fruit formation or seed formation in plants because of the reproduction. Okay, so that is adaptation because of the reproduction. Which kind of reproduction? Sexual reproduction. Why sexual reproduction? Because of sexual reproduction only, the organism can gain the new characters. What is that new characters? Variations. So variations is created because of the sexual reproduction. Okay, so the seeds are fruits. This is the products of the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Seeds or fruits is the that is products of the sexual reproduction. So the seeds will germinate and it will produce as the new generation. Okay, so in this chapter we will discuss morphology of the flowers, structure of the flowers and reproduction process of the plant. Okay, so that things we will discuss in this chapter. So now we will briefly discuss about flower structure. So already we studied flower structure in another chapter in the 11th biology, that is morphology in flowering plants. So already you have some basic idea about the flower. So just I remain that basic idea about flower, then I will go to deep areas in this chapter. The weightage in final NEET examination of this chapter is 4 questions. Okay, so 4 questions will come from this chapter, that is reproduction in flowering plants. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay, so flower. So flower contains, like this is the female reproductive structure. Female reproductive structure is present in the flower. Okay, so this is the female reproductive structure. So in female reproductive structure, it contains the stigma. Stigma is present, and not only stigma, it contains anther. Okay, so anther and filaments is also present like this. Okay, so this is the anthers. So these two things is called essential holes of the flower. So after that the flower contains petals. Petals is also present in the flower. Okay, so the flower contains petals. So beneath the petals, it contains sepals. So this region and this region is called sepals. Okay, and beneath this, it contains like, okay, so ovary. So see here two structures in this diagram. So this is called androecium. Okay, and this is called gynoecium. Okay, so this is called sepals. Okay, and another one, this is called petals. Okay, so students see here, I will give order from outside to the inside. So what is the outermost part out of 4? So outermost part is 4, that is sepals. Outermost part out of 4 parts, sepals. So beneath the sepals, another one is petals. Beneath the petals, and another one is gynoecium. And innermost structure in this plant, in the flower, that is called gynoecium. So gynoecium is the innermost structure. Above the gynoecium, androecium is present. Above the androecium, petals is present. Above the petals, sepals is present. So sepal is the outermost structure in the flower. So the floral holes means that 4 structures is there, that is called holes. So the flower holes, it is classified into 2 types. One is called essential holes and another one is called non-essential holes. Essential hole and another one non-essential hole. Okay, essential and non-essential hole. 2 holes is present. What is essential hole? So the essential hole means it contains androecium, means male reproductive structure. And another one is female reproductive structure, that is called gynoecium. So androecium and gynoecium, these are called essential holes. Okay, so non-essential holes. So non-essential holes is sepals and the petals. So this is called non-essential holes. Essential holes. What is the meaning of essential holes? The structures involved in the reproduction, that is called essential holes. Example, androecium and gynoecium. So the 2 structures is called essential holes. Okay, and these structures not involved in the reproduction, that kind of structures is called non-essential holes. So what is the examples of the non-essential holes? Sepals and the petals. So sepals and petals both are called non-essential holes. So totally 2 types of holes present in the flowering plants. So flower is a fascinating organ of the angiosperms. So in angiosperms, flower is a fascinating organ. What is the meaning of fascinating organ? Very beautiful organ. Flower is a fascinating organ in the angiosperms. So the flower is a fascinating organ in the angiosperms and it is having some qualities. What kind of qualities is present in the flower? So this is aesthetic, social, religious, and cultural values. Okay, so flower having a aesthetic value. Aesthetic means very attractive. Okay, very beautiful structure present in the flowers. That is called aesthetic. Social values. Social values means the flower. Some communities, in some communities, some flowers is important. In some other communities, different flowers is important. So, flower is a symbol of the community also. Social importance and religious importance. Like suppose some flowers is very important in some religious. Okay, so flowers and cultural values. Flower is a symbol of the culture. Okay, so this is the four characters of the flower according to our utilization. So this is the 4 points. So this is the structure of the flower. So next we will discuss one by one. That is, first we will discuss androecium structure. So then gynoecium structure. Okay, so then how the plant can produce as the seeds and fruits, that we will discuss in the later classes. So first I will discuss about androecium structure. Okay, so what is the meaning of androecium? So androecium means male reproductive organ in the flower is called androecium. So androecium, it is constructed with the help of the stamens. So the stamen contains two parts. Two parts is present in the stamen structure. Stamen structure contains two parts. What is the two parts present in the stamen? Okay, students, see here. First I will explain about stamen. So stamen contains anther and filament. So this is anther. Okay, so this anther is a bilobed structure. Two lobes is present in the anther. The two anther lobes are separated by a deep groove in front. So this down structure is called stamen. Okay, so upside this structure is called anther, and downside this structure is called stamen. Sorry, this is a filament. Anther and filament. So that two structures is together is called stamen. So in this stamen, if you see this anther, the anther is attached to the filament. Where the anther is attached to the filament, this particular part is called distal end of the filament. Distal end of filament. Okay, and in another end is there, this end. So this is called proximal end. Proximal end of the anther. So distal end of the anther and proximal end of the anther. So two ends is present in the anther. One is called distal end and another one is called proximal end. So the proximal end of the filament, it is attached to the proximal end of the filament. Attached to this part, attached to petals or thalamus of the flower. Petals or thalamus of flower. Okay, see here. So anther attached to the filament. So filament contains two ends. One is called distal end. So the distal end of the filament, it is attached to the anther, and proximal end of the petals. Proximal end of the filament, it is attached to the petals or thalamus of the flower. So this is the structure of the stamen. So the stamen contains anther. So now we will discuss about anther structure. So what is the characters of the anther? So anther is a bilobed structure. Unilobular anthers is there and bilobular anthers is also there. So most of the plants having a bilobular anthers. So unilobular anther you can see in the hibiscus. So generally anther is a bilobed terminal structure. Okay, so this is attached to the filament. Anther is a bilobed terminal structure. The bilobed terminal structure or that anther, it attached to the filament. Which end of the filament? Here see diagram. Distal end of the filament is attached to the bilobed structure, bilobed terminal structure of the anther. Okay, so two lobes is present. The two lobes attached to each other. Two lobes of the anther attached to each other. Deep groove in front. Deep groove in front. Okay, so suppose if you see here, this is the anther. So this is the one lobe of the anther. Okay, and this is the another lobe of the anther. So the two lobes are separated to each other. Deep groove in front. Okay, so the two lobes are separated to each other. Deep groove in front. So after that, with the help of which structure, the two anther lobes are attached to each other. So anther lobe 1 and anther lobe 2. So the two lobes is attached to each other with the help of the one tissue. That tissue is called connective tissue. Connective tissue. So the connective tissue is present between the two anther lobes. The two anther lobes are attached to each other with the help of the connective tissue. So this is the connective tissue. Middle area is there. So that middle area is called connective tissue. So the connective tissue is sterile. This is not fertile. The connective tissue is sterile. Sterile means non-reproductive. Okay. So this is the structure of the anther. So now I explained bilobed terminal structure. So anther is a bilobed terminal structure in most of the angiosperms. But unilobular anthers is also there. So example for the unilobular anthers. Single lobe is present in the anther. That is called unilobular anther. Example for unilobular anther. Example hibiscus. Okay, so this point is important for competitive exams. So generally most of the anthers is bilobed, but the anther is unilobed in the hibiscus plant. Okay, so this is the structure of the anther. So now how many lobes is present in the anther? 4 lobes is present in the anther. So again each lobe contains 2 chambers. So that remaining content I will continue in the next video. So that content what I will explain in next video, that is microsporangia. So again this each anther contains 2 chambers. Each anther contains 2 chambers. So each anther contains, each anther contains 2 lobes. Okay. So again, each lobe contains two chambers. So totally how many chambers present in the anther? Each anther contains 2 lobes. Again, each lobe contains 2 chambers. So what is the total number of chambers? So 2 lobes and each lobe contains 2 chambers. So total number of chambers. What is the total number of chambers in the anther? So think about this question. How many chambers present in the anther? So I will continue class in the next video. So students, if you like the videos, subscribe my channel and share these videos to your friends also. Because this year COVID situation, so many students facing the problem. So that is not like intelligent student, average student, or above average student. So all these students have the same problem. So if you like the videos and if you feel this videos is useful to your friends, please share these videos to your friends also, and subscribe my channel and like the videos. If you have any doubts, comment in the comment section. I will give reply. Otherwise, you can contact me in Telegram also. So my Telegram Atham Surya, YATAM, Atham Surya. So you can contact me in Telegram also. So thank you very much for watching my channel. I will continue this topic in the next video.